Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rosie Fermin and today I'm going to be showing you my foundation routine. I did do a video about my brows, so if you want to see how I do my brows, I do have a separate video for that. I will be linking it down below. So let's get right in. So first off, what of course I'm going to do is go ahead and prime my face. And I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty primer. So far I've kind of been liking this stuff. I don't really know how I really feel about it. It works pretty good, but my skin might get a little red. It always does. My skin does that all the time. And then I'm going to be going in with the Le Base Pore Eraser Primer from Lancome. And this I'm just going to kind of put on my T-zone, just because I do have a lot of pores and stuff like that, and it just kind of helps minimize the pores. I'm going to apply it on the nose area and then the forehead. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation, which this foundation is actually from Estee Lauder. It is double wear, and this one is in shade, let me see, I believe it's Dawn. Yes, Dawn. A lot of foundations, since I'm extremely oily, they do tend to break on me. But this one doesn't. And then I'm going in with the Damp Beauty blender just to blend all of my foundation out. This foundation, I hope it doesn't look too light on the camera. In person, once it kind of oxidizes, it looks a little bit darker, but I kind of like it because I go in with the outer concealer anyway. I'm gonna do my eyeball as well, my eyelid, and I'm gonna get a little bit more of that foundation. Oops, that's a lot. And then I'm gonna go in on this side. I think I applied a little too much, but we'll make it work. I have really bad lighting, but I'm working on it, y'all. I'm trying. Make sure to get underneath that eye. And then once again, I'll also do my eyelid. Going between the brows. Very softly because we already did our brows and we don't want to mess them up. So once I do kind of blend that out, I like to let it sit. Well, just so it will kind of mattify on your skin, because this foundation is really matte. It's like concrete on your face and I love it. It's fine. It's really matte, very thick foundation. So if you are dry skin, I recommend you to kind of maybe mix it with another different formula, or maybe just use a little bit of it. Because if you use a lot, it's gonna be too matte, girl, and it might dry you out. It's gonna make you look patchy. So I'm going to go in with this concealer, and this concealer is also by Double Wear, and it is in light medium. I like this concealer. It works pretty good. I don't know, I just feel like my makeup stays on really well, which I feel like I need to replenish it because I'm running a little low, it seems like. Down the nose. Where I like to place my concealer is just underneath my eye, just kind of bring it a little bit down just so it kind of blends out with my foundation, or I blend it in with my foundation. That's really the only places that I like to apply it. And I'm gonna go in with my Damp Beauty blender and just blend that out. What I also like to do is just put it on my eyelid. And by doing this, I'm also kind of prepping my eye for eyeshadow. And then I do go in with my favorite setting powder, and it's by Dermablend. It's just the loose powder in original, you know, translucent. I do like to take a little bit on a dry little baby beauty blender. I feel like whenever I go in with my damp beauty blender, it like leaves like little patches with my damp one, and with my dry one it doesn't. If you have a bigger damp beauty blender, that's highly recommended, but right now this is all I have, which this looks really good. I really like this little tiny beauty blender because it gets in every single like spot. Go ahead and set my nose too. I know I apply a lot of powder, but this is gonna make your makeup stay on. In case if you like, you know, a tear slips up or something, it's gonna roll right off your cheek. It's gonna stay on, I promise. What I like to do, oh my god, and this is my favorite brush, it's by BH Cosmetics. It literally just, it's amazing. I love it. It gets in every single area. What I like to do with the leftover product that I do have on my face, it just kind of blends it out all over my face just to set the rest of my face, because I tend to get oily like through my T-zone, so through the rest of my face I don't really need like a lot of powder, just a little bit, just to kind of set my liquid foundation. So after I do that, that's basically just how I do like my foundation and my powder. I am going to go ahead and just show you how I also do like my bronzing, contour, nose contour, everything like that. And I do like to use powders for contour just because I'm always like, you know, we gotta go. So it's just easier for me. And I'm gonna go in with my Lancome 470 Suede Dual Finish Powder. This is actually full coverage powder, but I like to use it to bronze up my face. It gives me a really nice like bronzy look. I'm just blending. I'm gonna do it on the other side. And the bronzer you can kind of just put like all over your cheeks. I like to put it kind of like above my ear area. I need to shave this, but above like my ear area, just because if you go a little bit lower it can make it look a little like dirty. And then what I like to do with my favorite little swiping brush, whatever this brush is, I just kind of like to blend out. And then what I like to do, and this little palette, I actually got this palette from a beauty supply store and it works amazing. Like, it's from City Color. Yeah, Contour Effects too. I don't know, but it works amazing. I'm gonna be going in with like a color like this just so I can sculpt the face. I'm gonna go in back with that, and this is actually my Dermablend Professional powder brush. I like to use it to kind of like bronze and contour because it's so fluffy and it just gets the job done, you know. I'm gonna be careful with this one because it is kind of dark, so I don't want to go too heavy. So I'm going to start off lightly, and then of course if you want to build up more, you build up more. And then with my foundation, my little powder brush, I like to just blend it out. You can clean it up with some powder, but like let's say in case if you bring the powder a little too down, you can go back in with either your damp beauty blender or just like powder. Dip your beauty blender in the powder and just kind of clean it up. And then I am going to go in with my, and it's like the holiday edition collection, but it's this right here. They came out with it I believe Christmas of 2016. Just with a little bit of blush. I don't like a lot of blush on me, just a little bit. Here. Just to give me a little bit of color, but not, you know. This is my Sonia Cash, I think, number 129 highlight brush. I'm gonna go in with the highlighter that was above the, oh my god, so pretty. Pretty, look at this girl. Yes, that foundation routine, that's usually just what I do. This is like my bronzer, my contour, the highlight, powder, blush. How am I gonna forget what I love to do? Contouring my nose. Oh my god. I'm gonna go in with my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. This is a little mini one. I'm gonna go ahead and just contour my nose. My nose has like no definition, so I have to add something on there. Just blowing those lines out. And then I'm actually, to just kind of blend out the lines more and just kind of make it look more blended, I'm gonna go back in with this brush. It's my favorite, I told y'all. Just blend that out. So seriously, just like that. And then you can go back in with the little baby beauty blender, and I just like to kind of clean that up in here. Go. That's how I do my nose contour, and then I like to go back in with the whatever was left over from the highlight brush, any highlight that was left over. Just like to kind of swipe it around, and that's about it. And this is basically my foundation routine. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned a few tips and tricks. So, like the video if you did, subscribe, comment if you would like. You can even share my video if you would like, I don't mind. And follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter at Rosie721. You can also find me on Facebook, just Rosie Fermin. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys.